Pickacard, how are you winning and stunning others? Here are your options, and I'll see what you're reading.
Hi friends, my name is Griselle with Toughdolltarot, and I'm here to do your reading. Pile number 1. You chose this beautiful image on the right hand side of the screen. Now, originally I chose a different image, but when I closed my eyes to concentrate on your energy, I had to go with the astronaut and the, I don't know if they're like orange sunflowers or orange flowers, but that one came to mind. And right away, pile number 1, how are you winning and stunning others? Is that people see you at play. They see you at ease. They see you, I heard, in your full glory. So whatever that means, okay? Pile number 1, I definitely see that you are having fun doing something. It doesn't have to be like anything monumental, but I feel like people love to watch when you are in your zone, in your lane, when you are simply allowing the pieces to fall and enjoying the moment. This could include dressing up, trying different outfits, mixing vintage with new. It could be anything really. It could be DIY. So whatever this is for you, pile number 1, I definitely feel like you are winning and stunning people simply while you are at play. So it's quite shocking. Pile number 1, I'm going to go ahead and do the shuffle, and I'll see you in 3, 2, 1. All right, pile number 1, thank you for being here. I really appreciate all of you guys. Let's see what we have. How are you winning and stunning others? So I might pause because these cards have some things on them. It's kind of a nice surprise for hopefully all of us. And I might have to look up the meanings, but we'll see. So pile number 1, we have the Empress. That card wants to be known. We have the Queen of Cups. We have the 9 of Wands. And we have the 3 of Cups. Yay. Okay, so pile number 1, first of all, I'm going to say based on these two, I feel like you have mastered so much and people are stunned. And actually what I heard is they're stunned into silence. So that's quite interesting for me. Wonder if it is for you as well. Now, with the intro, I had mentioned that people are really stunned when they see you in your element, basically at play. So whether this is designing clothes or painting or pursuing some kind of a hobby, they're just really shook. They didn't think about you having so many skills and how useful these skills are, and how you are actually in high demand and quite popular. And maybe, just maybe, pile number 1, how this is also making you money, a side gig, creating abundance and creating what I heard is royalty, which is really quite intriguing for me. Now, pile number 1, I have the Queen of Cups right here. And this tells me that you could be incredibly in tune with your emotions, very, very psychic. You've gone through all of the emotions of the cup suit, right? You've been in love with love. You've been naive and innocent and blink, blink, giving your love to other people. But I feel like you are in full power currently. And how you're winning and stunning people. Pile number 1, I feel like you can tap in and actually channel other people's emotions. And I feel like you do this fluently, but the fact that the lips are sealed right here, people are starting to realize that you know a lot more than you speak on pile number 1. And this is starting to make people uncomfortable. They're also uncomfortable because it seems like whatever it is that you want actually comes to you. And something about pocket watching. So you could have people actually trying to pocket watch you. Pile number one, how are you winning and stunning others? Is that your walls are pretty darn high, but not without reason. Pile number one, that you've realized that, in order to have even, I don't know, in order to have a farm, let's say, or a garden or a business, you really have to have a plan in mind and be aware that this is your area, your territory, and make sure that whatever comes forward in that area, right, that boundary that you set is going to be helpful, hopeful, nurturing, or at least at the bare minimum, it's not going to harm your produce or your plans or your trajectory. And people are saying that you stand on 10. We have the 9 wands right here, that you can allow people to come close, but the minute that they display some kind of a threat, you can open up a can of whip, bleep, if you need to. But I don't think that you're all about that, because I feel nothing actually but very peaceful, and I feel very loving. And also I feel like that's another reason why people are being stunned. So how you're winning and stunning others is your ability to bring people together, to be able to really sign on, understand, like you have a very high EQ, emotional intelligence. You have an ability to really understand what people need right off the bat emotionally. And I feel like pile number one, you guys can match energy like nobody's business. If somebody's in the trenches and they need someone to sit and listen to them, that's you. If somebody's flying high and they need someone to celebrate them and cheer them on, that's you. If somebody feels weary and they don't know if they can continue, and they need someone to cheer them on and maybe pick up a little bit of slack, that's also you. So you are incredibly versatile, pile number one, and I love this for you. I also feel like you have people celebrating you as well. I do feel like I heard open channel. So pile number one, I feel like you are an open channel. Also, I'm getting downloads as far as like you being telepathic or spooking people around you. Like, and I'm getting a lot of crown chakra activation right now, which tells me this is a confirmation for some of you guys. I feel, pile number one, that you are winning and stunning others, because sometimes you actually say the same exact words that other people were talking about just minutes before you walk into a room. Or you discuss and bring up matters or angles that other people are really feeling and thinking and I'm hearing don't have the, I'm going to say it nicely, don't have the nuts to really say it. I don't know why it has to come across this way. So pile number one, I love this for you. I feel like you're highly decorated in the spirit world. I feel like people are starting to really understand like what cloth you are made of. I do feel like you're a little bit toned down or subdued or hidden from the world. And I do feel like you are rising. So if we find the star in here, I would not be surprised, pile number one. I love this for you. I feel actually nothing but real positive vibes. Pile number one, we have the Scholar. And I can't read that because I don't have my glasses, but here we go. We have the Scholar and we have Frivolity. Okay. So yeah, I think maybe you have a couple of haters on board as well, that you are really winning and stunning as well. And I feel like these people are kind of like, well, that's frivolous. But I want to tell you, pile number one, that even if you're into like, I don't know, drawing or anime or doing something, I feel like people are starting to see the value of that, and that there's a really big market for it. I feel entrepreneurial vibes, if you will. Okay. And people are starting to see that. You have a gift. So people are starting to see that you're incredibly gifted, that you have high vision, that you don't pause for anything. I do feel like you've been pursuing things. I also feel, because the curtains are semi-pulled right over here, that you could be working late into the night, kind of not really focused on what other people are doing or saying, or even like what they say about you. I do feel like you've been in your own lane, creating and making your own world, and that you are a sweetheart. Yeah. So how are you winning and stunning others is that you're an incredible sweetheart, but also people are starting to write messages to you. And then right here, I just noticed this looked like a hand to me. Granted, I don't have my glasses on. Don't judge me because I have dye in my hair. Multitasking, you know. But pile number one, I'm going to say that right now, I almost feel like people kind of want to be a fly on the wall, or they want to be like a branch in the forest. They want to be able to be privy to your innermost thoughts. And this looks like she's almost like holding a note that someone sent her. I feel like you would be an incredible person magnet, people magnet, chick magnet, dude magnet, whatever kind of magnet you would naturally attract. And I feel also that you are really self-contained, and you are, I don't want to say you're feeling yourself, but you are feeling yourself, and not in a bad way. I feel also that you are breaking down barriers. When people talk about, oh, you're, you know, so conceited, or you're so full of yourself, this, that, and the other, I feel, pile number one, that you're at last hearing that other people are simply just jealous and they're trying to take shots at you. So shots fired, and you're shrugging it off, and good for you. Pile number one, what do we have here? Solicitude with cautiousness. Yeah. So I do feel like people want to come towards you. They want to be cautious. These are so cute, these cards. But anyways, I'll put that in the description box below as well. So I feel like you do proceed with caution, but also people are really cautious. They're cautious of how they approach you. This is like a possum. So people can even play possum when they approach you. They're kind of like, oh, I was just here, you know, by accident. I didn't really mean to come see you, when in fact they actually did. And so on and so forth. So I feel like people are starting to really realize that you're somebody not to be trifled with. The number 11 is a master number. That could mean something to you. And of course, we have like 2 new beginnings if you separate the 11, but if we combine them, we get the 2. And I feel like with the 2, this is about your personal power and your balance. And that is another way how you are winning and stunning others. I do feel like you are in an era, in a timeline, in a 3D dimensional projection, if you will, that people never saw coming. I feel like you're the underdog or the dark horse. I heard last man standing, so this could possibly be. Some of you guys are in comedy, and this is like your hobby, and you're starting to shine, you're starting to rise, you're starting to be recognized as well, and good for you. Presumptuousness, okay. And repression. Yeah. And so, and I did feel some hater vibes right here. And I do feel with this little octopus right here getting all up in your business, I do feel like you have some people that kind of want to cling, you know, and these tentacles are really said to be incredibly strong. These suction cups, I forget how many pounds. I looked it up one time and then I forgot. But anyways, they are said that if they latch on, you're not to like pull it off of you. I guess there's a certain way to remove the octopus from you. I'd be screaming. But anyways, pile number one, I definitely feel like people here have been wanting to kind of grab onto you. And whether it's like to ride your coattails, that's one thing. But I also feel a lot of control. There's an element of people wanting to control you. People that have also slept on you and that are seeing you for the first time. Almost like I'm hearing, well, you brand new. Aren't you brand new? So pile number one, unfortunately, you do have a lot of haters. But here we don't care, do we? We just really stay in our own lane. We stay in the doorway to abundance, in the stream of life, in the stream of abundance, in the stream of gratitude, and we keep it pushing. So pile number one, what else do we have for you? How are you winning and stunning others, please? A little bit more information. And if you are liking these kind of readings, do take a moment to please like and comment, if you will. Also, don't forget to turn on your notification bell if you would like to see this channel pop up again for you. You don't have to, of course, but by the way, they did a hard reset. YouTube did on YouTube, so that's why you're not seeing your favorite content creators. You can turn those little bells on for all of your creators. So we have what? We have the Queen of Wands. Pile number one, are you a mover? Are you a shaker? Are you one of the strongest forces and strongest opponents that people have ever seen? I feel like definitely people have slept on you. I feel like you're experiencing what I would like to call the juice of life. Why I call that, I don't really know. But I feel like you are currently really experiencing the joy of just creating, of just playing, of just enjoying, of just experimenting. Like you don't have to have all the answers. And I really relate to that. And I applaud you. Pile number one, if that is you, good for you. Here's a round of applause. So let's take, let's take some pens. You guys like this? I love this little music box. So let's take some pens and see what else. How are you winning and stunning others? So, pile number one, you have, and some of these pins could be not so nice, by the way. Okay, the two dragons with the yin and the yang. Yeah. People are starting to see that you're incredibly balanced, and they're also starting to kind of fantasize a little bit about you being the yin to their yang, or their yang to their yin, whatever you want to say, or however you want to think of it. Pile number one, also with the sun card right here being prominent, I feel like people are starting to celebrate and really understand your freedom. Can that come in a little bit, maybe? Yeah, your freedom. But this is, yes, this is high reputation. This is acknowledgement. This is where you were maybe once working late into the night or doing your own thing and people didn't really know. And maybe sometimes you didn't even see the light of day because you were just super dedicated and doing your own thing. I feel like now you're experiencing a glow up and people are starting to see your shine. And maybe it even surprises you. Pile number one, we have the meow. I don't know why I made that noise, but you're welcome. So we have this kitty right here. And I feel like, yeah, it's almost like this cat has taken an x-ray or somebody did an x-ray on the cat. And I just want to say without it, people are starting to see what the stuff that you're really made out of. People, I feel like, could have slept on you, could have thought, well, you know, this person is coming from nothing and nowhere. They don't have a lot going for them. They don't have an education maybe, or they dropped out of college, school, or they've been working their whole life, or they haven't been, whatever your scenario is, right? Optimistically, pile number one, we are reading for the masses right here. But I just want to say that they are shook and they're starting to take another second and third look at you. Yeah. So how are we winning and stunning others? I mean, look at these. I think these are a little fox. I feel, again, a balance. The number 1414 on the clock right now. The yin and the yang can have something to do with this. Yeah, that you follow your dreams, that is what balances you out. Yeah, that you have other people stunned and shook to the point where they're actually putting on masks and taking them off as needed or as plotted in order to draw and get it in close to you. But it's sideways, so I feel like they put their mask on, they take it off. I feel like you're well aware of this, so it's nothing to worry about. So don't be, you know, freaked out by that, hopefully. And then I have this little beaker right here with the eyeball. Pile number one, I definitely feel like how you're winning and stunning others is that you found a formula, that you struck gold, that you said eureka at the right moment, right when everybody thought that you were not even in the race, that you were not even on the map, that they didn't even think this way of you, whether it's romantic, whether it's competitively, whether it's professionally, it doesn't make a difference. I feel like people are starting to wake up and look at you different. So that is what I have for you. Good, good, good for you. Much love to you. Until next time, namaste. Hi friends, my name is Griselle with Toughdolltarot and I'm here to do your reading. Pile number one, how are you winning and stunning others? You chose this beautiful image on the right hand side of the screen. And the downloads are short and sweet, but powerful, and they go as follows. You're winning and stunning others. Because in spite of upbringing, in spite of darkness, in spite of spiritual smog around you, you have kept yourself innocent and pure in so many ways. Now, pile number one, this is not to say that you are naive. This is to say that you chose to remain unblemished, uncorrupted, and unjaded by the world. And I love this for you. Pile number two. I just saw this beautiful leaf just kind of crash and burn in front of me. I think I called you pile number one. But pile number two, I feel like you are being seen as somebody who lends hope and vitality to others. And also somebody who is an inspiration and worth imitation, right? So I'm going to go ahead and get into your reading in 3, 2, 1. Hi, pile number two. How are you winning and stunning others? Let's find out. You have the Death card. Don't be scared yet. You have Temperance. You have the World. And you have Judgment. So pile number one, right off the bat, I'm going to say that you've had a lot of endings. And how you're winning and stunning others is your ability to once again move on. To take the best of everything, your experiences, what you've learned, the good and the bad, and to really transmute that energy into something that is quite admirable. And I don't feel like you're being viewed as like you did this, oh, so people could admire me. No. On the contrary, pile number two, I definitely feel like you have, you've really had to accept things that you didn't want to accept. And I feel like it was very, very difficult. And I also feel, I just saw the number 11, 111 on the clock right now. That could mean something to you. You could have a tie to pile number one as well. Pile number two, I definitely feel like you've had some massive changes, some massive transformations, some things that you really counted on, banked on, wanted with your entire heart that maybe perhaps fell apart. But in one way or another, I feel like those things were done and over with. And you were left with, what do I do now? Kind of a thing. So pile number two, I feel like you're being viewed as somebody who is an incredible survivor. I feel like you have been through many different things. Some of you guys, pile number two, have been through war, is what I'm hearing. And this could have been a personal war, a personal battle, but this could also indicate, you know, like a war. You've been in the 3D. So whether this is like a home or a war in a country, then only you know your details, right? Because we're reading optimistically for the masses. Pile number two, I feel like it's taken everything within you in order to really transmute, to pick yourself up, to pull yourself up by your bootstraps, and to continue on. But instead of getting bitter, pile number one, I heard pile number two, so sorry, that you are getting better. I'm looking at this almost like a lion face, lioness, is that what that is? And this person seems to be looking out, I don't know, maybe in the distance. Also, we have this person right here with Judgment, seems to be like an angel. In the traditional tarot, it is. This looks like a hawk or an eagle of some sort of a bird. And I do, of course, see the beautiful white wings. And pile number two, I feel like you have been, I heard like crash and burn. Yeah, like that leaf was falling. And maybe perhaps a lot of people have seen you crash and burn, or what they perceive as a crash and burn, right? People can be incredibly judgmental, but I feel like what they are seeing right now and how you are stunning people, winning and stunning others, is that they're seeing your rise. That instead of like talking about your demise, or even if it was in a quote nice way, it was always like, oh, wow, you heard what happened to so-and-so, their marriage fell apart, or, you know, they went to war and things were not going really well with them. When they returned, they were never the same. Whatever the talk of the town was, I feel like you are stunning others because you've transmuted that and you become somebody who is both incredibly soft and incredibly skilled at dealing with real life and the tough things, if you will. With these wings right here, I feel like you have an elevated perspective, but also I feel like your reputation is elevating. I don't know if that really means a lot to us, right? I mean, we can't put food on the table with our reputations, but kind of nice to know, to be acknowledged every once in a while. So here we are, pile number two. How are you winning and stunning others? You have made it through things that other people would have given up on. They would have just caven in. I heard that other people feel and think that their mental health would not have been able to take what you've taken. It would, you so skillfully and masterfully have transmuted. So pile number two, we have child and friend right here. Let's see what else we have. This can have to do with a child and a judgment made about a child and a friend, or a judgment made from a child and a friend. And we have lover and scholar. So Pile number 2, what I'm hearing is that instead of getting mad, instead of looking at the bones, and by the way, if you guys are readers, I'm hearing these lovely bones, that can have something to do with your story as well. And if that's the case, then I'm really sorry. That was a tough book to read, and I think they made a movie out of it as well. But whatever you have undergone, I feel like it has made you so much stronger. It's made you in a lot of ways fearless. And I don't feel, pile number 2, that you're being looked at as like arrogant or anything. I feel like you are just being looked at as come what may. I have the skill, I have the wherewithal, I have the strength, the knowledge to really overcome one way or another. And I'm not going to go out like that. I'm going to go out swinging. Now, it's interesting because I was talking to a friend of mine, and we were discussing last night to go to pumpkin hunt, which is basically, you know, we go out there with our guns and hunt these perfectly lovely, poor pumpkins that really did nothing to us, but that's beside the point. And anyways, yeah, we were talking, pile number 2. Yeah, so we were talking about, you know, whether or not to go to this pumpkin hunt because it's a little ways away and we have to spend the night. And it's kind of this whole ordeal, right? Do we want to do this? And it was a great chance to kind of catch up and whatnot. But I feel like pile number 2, the way that this relates to you is we talked about, like, you know, meeting other people's expectations. Are we doing it for ourselves? And, you know, our different perspectives. And, you know, it could be that kind of a thing where people are starting to see that you are really taking back your self-empowerment and not really meeting the demands of other people. I do feel like with the scholar right here and this lover, okay, I feel like maybe you have a love of knowledge, a love of, I heard transmutation, a love of evolving. I feel like you're somebody who people cannot come back a year later and they're going to be the same person. I feel like you're always changing and evolving, and I feel like that's what really stuns people. That's what stuns other people, but that's what they love about you as well, including people, by the way, that hate watch you. Okay, so I feel like you're making decisions right now regardless, excuse me, with a child and the friend right here, regardless of even those closest to us or have anything to say about it, that we are doing, you know, the best we can with what we have. And I feel like, yeah, people could be judging you on that, but, you know, that's just the way it goes. How do I pull out the same card? Okay. I turned my head when I was mixing up, but I'll pull one more. Presumptuousness. Yeah. So people could feel like you're really presuming quite a bit. And this would be, once again, people that are pocket watching or hate watching. Yeah. An assessment. What? Pile number 2 with a calculator. Are you guys really into numbers, really into statistics, really into checking out algorithms and so on and so forth? All hit me up, teach me your ways. But I'm going to say that you could really fine tune your craft, whatever this is, but also like fine tune yourself. I feel like with the number 30, it reduces to number 3. And this tells me that you also have like a community and collaboration mindset. So you guys could be collaborating with other people, with friends, with family, with your own personal community. And that's what this could be having a lot to do with. I also feel, and I heard in my head, humanitarian. So perhaps you're taking these skills because I see, like, you know, with the world card right here and the death card is 2 incredibly powerful changes. And you've had to like break stride and have everything dissolve, and you've had to pick everything all up again, whatever was left, and continue on your journey. And anyway, sorry, loop thinking right here. So that was a point as I was talking to my friend last night about pumpkin hunt, and she said, well, you know, if somebody were to, you know, come in, this, that, and the other, she would be like, okay, she would cry uncle and give up. And I'm like, the hell we will. The hell we will. I'm just going to say it like that. So pile number 3, I feel like you're known for not giving up. And this is shocking other people because these 2 things, these massive things that people have seen you undergo, these crash and burns, quote unquote, have only served to make you better, more powerful, strengthened. I feel like even more armed, more equipped, if you will, to deal with life's challenges. And the way that you are resurrecting yourself, your story, your chapter, your book, your glow up is hands down superior next to, I mean, nobody can compare with that. It's wild. So pile number 2, I definitely feel like you have that energy and that spirit. My same response to my friend is, you know, we're not going out like that. yeah, I personally take a, I don't think I can sit down this channel, but I mean, you know, you do your best and we just don't give up. We're not going to give up. We're going to go down swinging, if you will. So waiting. Yeah, basically you could have a lot of fight in you. And people are waiting, like, what you're going to do next. Pile number 2. I don't know. Maybe you're, like, really feisty because I went on that tangent and shared with you my own feistiness right here. But how are you winning and stunning others, please? You're winning and stunning others because you'll do whatever it takes to really not only pursue your dream, but to really defend and elevate people around you, your children. Even if you have like children by choice, if you don't have any like natural children, but you have people that look up to you and so on and so forth, I'm going to say that pile number 2, you are definitely somebody to be emulated, and people are starting to really realize that. What else do we have? The 5 of Wands. What? Accompanied by the 9 of Wands. If that doesn't confirm your reading right here, I'm just going to say, I don't know what does. You're not scared of fights. You're going to get into the fray if you have to. I mean, if they come for you, if you gotta, you gotta, okay? And with the 9 of Wands right here, I feel like, you know, you could be defensive. You could have had things really tough. But again, you have that self-esteem that you know that you can make it till you break it. It's not really how the saying goes, but here we are. So pile number 2, I wanted to pull some terms. And yeah, something about your fighter spirit is really inspiring. Something about your fighting spirit with having absolutely nothing on hand is really admirable. So I want to say good for you. Good for you. So we're going to pull some charms from this music box. You guys liked it last time, so why the heck not? Now, some of these charms could be a little bit offensive. We'll see what happens here. Pile number 2. Let's see what you hear my dog snoring. That's my puppy dog. So we have lungs, with one part being incredibly beautiful and the other one just looking like a regular lung. This looks to me like a screw. Maybe sometimes pile number 2, it could feel like you're putting the screws when you are speaking, right? Because lungs like lend air to our bodies. And puzzle. People are looking and trying to really put the puzzle together. They're not really understanding. Like, what gives you that spirit to get up once again? And if you've ever been in like a fight, well, you know, it's you can't just stay down. You can't stay down. It's just going to happen. So good for you. That is like the human spirit. We have to continue. So we have the dream right here. I hope this video doesn't get flagged for that. And then we have, yeah, the wolves right here cuddling. And all they say about wolves is how, you know, they kind of walk in a line. They look after each other. And the weakest ones get flanked by others that are stronger so they don't kind of lose their way or fall behind, too far behind. But the yin and the yang. And then I saw the number 3 that echoes the 3 that I saw right here, which really told me about your collaboration with other people. And we love that for you. Pile number 2. Last thing that we have for you. How are you winning and stunning others? If you do like this kind of content, please do give me a like, share, comment, subscribe if you relate to any of this. Also, don't forget to hit the notification bell to turn on your notifications. Otherwise, you will not see your favorite content creators. I'm plural. I'm just saying for any creator out there that you really enjoy and you want to see again, okay? I'm all doing a PSA. Public service announcement. What? Are you a character? Color. So we have, yeah, vibrant colors with character, and I see abundance as well. I see that nobody's going to keep you in a cage, that you are evolving, that you're growing, that no one can contain you and your brilliance, and people are starting to see that. With the number 28, 8, 9, 10, I do that on camera. We have the 10, which reduces to a 1. So completion. You've completed whatever restrictions, whatever powerful obstacles that you have had. And I'm here to tell you, pile number 2, that not like we're never going to have obstacles again, but what you have been through is book worthy. It is screen worthy to be on the silver screen. It is a miracle. It is a blessing, whatever you want to call it. I thank you so much for your courage And also for whatever it is that you are doing currently, keep doing it because we need that and we love that. We love your spirit. We're here to cheer you on. And with that, much, much love to you. Until next time, namaste. Hi, Pile 3. My name is Griselle with Toughdolltarot. Pile number 3, how are you winning and stunning the rest? I'm all feisty, feeling a little bit fired up by pile number 2. Here we are. Pile 3, how are you winning and stunning the rest? Right off the bat, based on the image that you chose, I feel like people are really, really intrigued by you. They're perplexed. I feel like you are incredibly... I don't know, I get mystic vibes from you guys. So you guys could be my channelers, my psychics, my visionaries. I definitely get that there is a lot of mystery with you, that you're really, I'm hearing crack the code. So how you're winning is that people want to know more about you. They want more from you. So whatever it is that you're giving, it's giving reserved. It's giving Nunya, as in Nunya business. It's giving, why do you want to know? It's giving guarded. It's giving, I'll give you information on a as to need to know basis. That was really hard to say. Yeah. So I feel like you're incredibly stealthy, incredibly clever. People don't really know quite what to make of you, but honestly, I feel like people are a little bit spooked, and hey, I'm here for it. So pile number 3, let's find out what's going on with thee in 3, 2, 1. Hi, pile 3. Welcome, welcome. So how are you winning and stunning the rest? Let's find out. Pile number 3. You have the Star. That's what's up. You have the 6 of Swords. You have the 3 of Cups. And you have the 4 of Wands. Right off the bat, pile number 3, I'm going to say that with the Star and the 6 of Swords, I feel like you have moved on. You've moved on and severed a lot of things that just weren't conducive or helping you to achieve a dream. You moved on from that, which really caused turbulence emotionally, mentally, spiritually, maybe perhaps even physically and monetarily, right? I feel like you have this dream, and with all of this blue right here, I do feel like you're in pursuit of your dream currently, and I feel like it's a bit shocking because of the moves that you're making, number 1. But number 2, the biggest surprise I feel, and this is not just for other people, I feel like you even stunned yourself, is the fact that this indigo is here present. And for me, it's feeling like third eye energy. Now, for some reason, I'm not remembering what the third eye color is, but this is feeling a lot more like third eye and crown chakra. So I feel like you're incredibly spirit led. I feel like people get very confused, maybe by, wow, hello, the music box had something to say about that. Maybe about your mission or what it is that you are speaking on. And this is giving me like Merkaba energy as well. So it's very interesting. I'm not seeing things physically. I'm seeing things more energetically for you. Now, I feel like people are really stunned because what you are speaking on, I feel like is gaining traction. It has a lot of merit behind it. I also feel like you are not concerned with the looky-loos or anyone that has anything to say much about it. Pile number 3, I feel like how you're winning and stunning the rest. I just feel like you're here for the heck of it. You're like, these are my peeps. We'd like to hang out together, even if it is energetically online. As I personally watch tarot all the time compulsively, and I do pick a lot on based on how accurate people are, but also if I'm going to sleep, I'm not going to lie, I pick some tarot readers that I think have great voices. So, in fact, I just got a comment the other day if I minded that, and I'm like, heck no, that's what I do. So that is much appreciated as well. Pile number 3, I definitely feel like you have taken your experiences with you, that you are very skilled, that you are very sharp. I heard the word cunning. Now, that could have negative connotations, and I just saw the number 313 on the radar right now. So I don't feel like you're necessarily a cunning person, but I do feel like you wait to make the right moves at the right time. So something about timing can have something to do with what it is that you are doing, or just the way that you're moving through life. Also, I'm looking at this kayak and navigating some really rocky and rough terrain. I feel like you have an incredible vocabulary. You're very skilled at like what to say, when to say it, and sometimes knowing that silence is incredibly powerful and saying nothing at all can have its own merit as well. So pile number 3, I feel also that you could be in a celebratory phase, or people just want to naturally cheers you. They want to celebrate you. And this could be with establishing maybe even a home in a far land, perhaps that isn't of your own, or a home that's very different than your own, a home that's very different than where you originally came from. And I'm hearing the word chaos. So a lot of us didn't have, idyllic homes, and a lot of times I'm just putting it out there, it's not anyone's fault necessarily, it just is, and it just was. But I feel pile number 3 that you are stunning people, and you're winning and stunning people because you have the ability to lay down roots, the ability to build once again, the ability to pick up and really even relocate, sometimes physically for this group especially, and to form new communities and to have community energy helping as well. Now, I feel like people could have been in the dark about this, or maybe not fully understanding. And to be perfectly honest, pile number 3, I do feel like a lot of people are drawn to you, that they cheer you on, that energetically they are kind of like fans. I feel like you have a lot of fans, okay? A lot of supporters, even if they don't say so. And I think this is surprising to you because maybe perhaps with all of the mystery in your original image that you chose, I feel like this is something that's a surprise to you. And pile number 3, I'm just hearing right now that this comes from source, from spirit directly. So while you may have put in the elbow grease and you may have listened and you may have done things to really kind of pursue a vision or a dream, I don't think that you really knew all the pieces of the puzzle, but this is for your betterment. This is for your support, to show you that spirit is supporting your cause, whatever that is currently. So we have the Death card, excuse me, and we have misfortune. Yeah, so maybe this has a lot to do with escaping. Again, you could have come from pile number 2 or been deciding between both piles, but you could have been coming from a really dark place, or like mentally, emotionally, spiritually. You could have been coming from a situation where you felt controlled, or where everything just really burned to the ground, where you had nothing left there. One example I can give you is I lived in Phoenix for many years, and I felt physically kind of like trapped there because I was raising my son, right? But pretty much he grew up, and I felt like there was nothing there for me. There was literally, I would look and I just felt everything was destitute. So I had to do a relocation. Perhaps it's something like that as well. But I'm here to say pile number 3, that what do I have for thee is that you really carry the memories of this, but you have the ability to overcome, to rise up once again. I'm hearing that poem, Maya Angelou, is that her name? And still I rise. I think it's something like that, horribly paraphrased. But you have seen a lot. And in spite of that, you've taken all of your knowledge and your wisdom with you. And I do feel like you have been blanketed and protected, and you are still spiritually protected. But right now, you are in a rebuilding mode. Right now, you are currently picking yourself up off the floor, metaphorically, energetically, whatever. And I feel like how you are inspiring and stunning and winning other people are basically how you're really supported by spirit. How when you speak and you're like, you know what, I don't know how it's going to work, but I have faith that this is going to work out because I'm divinely supported. I'm divinely protected. Pile number 3, I feel like you know it and you are. We have the Thief and the Waiting. Yeah. So, and that's funny because that's what I was feeling. I feel like you have had people maybe even waiting. You've had people that wanted to like jump into your house and physically steal stuff from you, but also people that want to steal from you energetically, mentally, emotionally. People that want to steal your ideas. They want to steal your persona. They want to steal your fire. They want to steal your thunder. And they've been waiting around for the perfect opportunity to do just that. And I feel like with the shadow figure really coming from the shadow person right here, the Thief, I feel like this has been made known and it's been made public as to who and what was trying to steal your thunder. I'm looking at these shoes. They almost look like lady shoes and almost look like boy attire. We don't know what's going on right here, but I feel like people have really tried to camouflage themselves, and that spirit give you a heads up. Don't trust this person, or this is what's going on, or this is your moment to escape a really tough situation, or that you need to make these moves in order to glow up and move on. And that's just what you did. And maybe perhaps you didn't understand it, but pile number 3, I feel like you have dodged a lot of really dicey situations, shall we say. That's probably all I can say on this channel. Pile number 3, what is this? Another word I cannot pronounce with attraction. I should probably look this up, but you guys are probably yelling at your screen. It's pronounced like this. Amativeness, obscenity, and all the words I cannot pronounce. I knew this would come up because these are my learning words, and I do pull them out occasionally. I look them up. I don't really use them because I want to go kind of quick, but here we're using things. So I'm going to look this up, and we have disinterest with curiosity and disinterest and intrusiveness. Yeah. So I feel like people have been interested in you and like what you got going on. Like, it's almost like I'm seeing a person served a plate of food and they're more interested in what's going on your plate. And you're like, bro, if you wanted this, you could have ordered this. And like, oh no, well, let me just taste it. They haven't even attended to what's on their plate. Meaning spiritually that you understand that people are not really tending to what's on their own spiritual plate. They're busy looking and trying to steal from your plate, which is really kind of crazy because what's meant for you cannot be stolen. Pile number 3, and I feel like you know this intuitively. So give me one moment, please. All right, thank you for holding. Amativeness. Amative. We're going to go ahead and do, by the way, that means more like drawn or being pulled in a sexual way. Yeah, being led. Very interesting, very drawn, very pulled in a sexy way. So, yeah, lured, almost like seduced. Okay, that's a word. Grisel, that's a synonym. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Okay, moving on. Sorry about that. We have, from the music box, we have for you, so Sagittarius. And every time I see the word Sagittarius, I think of like the heavy metal. Oh my gosh, I should mention if I can't remember. I just want to pronounce it like Sagittarius. But anyways, if you know that song, let me know. It doesn't say Sagittarius. Yeah, but Sagittarius or the season can mean something to you also. You could be a little bit fiery, right? As that word implies. Maybe a seductress. And I'm hearing what you actually do is very seductive to other people because they don't comprehend it. They don't understand it. And now it's being fully exposed to the light, whether you like it or not. I don't feel like you mind it necessarily, but I also feel like it's not your intention. Pile number 3. One more thing I want to say that's really not appropriate. You might have a really nice badunkadunk. Okay, so people could be like, wait a minute, I didn't know this, or what you do with that? Anyways, yeah, but you're feeling very earthy, very grounded, but also your mind feels a little bit elevated, almost like people cannot touch it. Okay, and what I mean by that is people don't really understand, they don't comprehend like what you are thinking on or where your mind is right now. You're really focused on your freedom. You do have a lot of cheerleaders, a lot of people that want to applaud you. a lot of people that are surrounding you, yeah, with support, with love, and with gifts. But I feel like your mind and your brain is still on this star. And also, last thing for you, how are you winning and stunning the rest? Pile number 3 is that you could have a public forum, or you're being acknowledged publicly. Maybe you're winning like trophies, or you're winning kudos, or you are, I don't know, you're being in the public eye some way, somehow. And we love that for you. The main reason why we love this for you is simply because I feel like you have this purity about you, this drive and this connection with spirit. And I feel like continue and keep on keeping, because, yeah, we're all riveted on you, and we all need whatever it is that you're bringing onto this earth. And we love that for you. So I love your connection with spirit, and I love how you inspire and motivate other people. If you are still with me, much love to you. Thank you so much for your support. Until next time, namaste.